I gotta say, this is an excellent verse. Verse of the day in the Bible app. Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I am the Lord thy God, which teacheth thee to profit, which leadeth thee by the way that thou shouldest go. Isaiah 48:17.
Nabatte la bassolina, Carolan gasolina, Nabatte la bassolina, Carolan gasolina. I'm going to get some gasolina. I got less than a couple gallons left, following a police car. Gonna make my final $50. By midnight, it's 7:42. I got 4 hours to make the final $50. Can I do it, guys? I sure hope so. Let's make the final 50, make the $5,000. I had to take a funny shower because my shower broke. Just taking the shower out the spigot, out the faucet or whatever. Not the shower head, but the other thing. So it was an interesting shower, trying to fix it, but it didn't work, so getting all that settled, but I think I can do it, guys. Let's get it. Aight, yo. So I made $22.49 in an hour and a half. Riding around with the Courier app with Caviar. I'm out. I got 2 hours left. It's 10 o'clock. It's 10 p.m. 10:13 p.m. 2 hours left to finish off about $27. I think I'm gonna get it. I hope I'm gonna get it. I'm just like, I got Via on, Uber on, Lyft on. I'm gonna go ride and see if I can get some pizza because I'm feeling like Rosati's Pizza is what I'm craving right now. So I'm gonna go right over there and see what happens while the apps are on the way. All right, so I got $22.49 from Caviar, and then I got some from Uber here so far before midnight. Starting at 10:16 p.m. I got $51.13, and it's 11:44 p.m. For the end of the night, which I think that hits off the $5,000 mark, son. If not, then I'm gonna get it. I've got 15 minutes left. I need less than $9, so we got this in the bag, homie. Yeah! Check out my apps. Check out all these apps I got, dog. I don't know why I have the Ventra there. But TaskRabbit, Deliv, InstaShopper, I might do these two next month just to mix things up. Lyft, Via, Uber, Caviar Courier, Postmates Fleets, DoorDash, Wagwalker, QuickBooks Self-Employed is good. Transmit, that's for finding the Divvy bike stations. Sherpa Shares for tracking my mileage. Ventra, that's for the buses, which I haven't used. I just don't want to use the buses. I got my own car. Catholic Bible. Check that out, boy. There's a few other books in here that are not in the Protestant Bible. May receive instruction in wise conduct and what is right, just, and fair. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So, here's the books that are not in the Protestant Bible, just in case you didn't know this. But this is the Catholic Bible. Tobit, that's not in the Protestant. Judith, Esther is, but there's a few extra chapters of Esther. Maccabees, 1st and 2nd Maccabees, that's exclusively in the Catholic Bible. Job, I think there's a few extra chapters of Job, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Wisdom and Sirach, those are two books that are exclusively Catholic. Maybe it's Isaiah. No, Isaiah's got 66. That's right. Baruch, that's new. Oh, I got a Via. I should accept it. We got a Via ride, dog. Accept that. Southport and Addison. Let's start going over there. It's kind of far away, huh? Not too far. All right, so I got it. I looked back on the video I made last night, or earlier today, and it's $49.69 is what I needed, and I got that. $5,000! Woo! Hit the goal! goal! Man, it feels good, though. It feels good to actually hit a goal legitimately. You know? It's not, I feel like now it's like, I didn't really have to go all out, because now it's like, I'm not like pooped, dead, tired, like, okay, finally I hit it. Time to like go to sleep. It's like, now I'm super energized. Now what am I gonna do? Just keep going? I guess technically I hit it now. I hit it a little while ago, and now it's in 1 minute. It's 11:59 p.m. because I just finished a really short via. The via was like less than a half mile, so that was like $2 or whatever. So I finished the goal, hit the 5K. Now it begins a new month. It's midnight. It's 11:59 p.m. October 31st, 2017. Tuesday. It's about to be Wednesday, November 1st, 2017. Begins a new month, new goals. I want to make another 5K. Make another 5K in November. That'd be dope. Finish the year with October, November, December, all 5K months, $15,000. That'd be so raw. So raw. Work now this time I'm not gonna get frazzled or distracted or enticed or teased or seduced by any super special offers telling me I'm gonna make an extraordinary amount of money for messing up my Sabbath day, making me work on the Sabbath day. I'm not gonna work on the Sabbath day. My only concern is birthday parties with family that may occur on Sundays, and Thanksgiving or anniversary parties, whatever, that may occur on a Sunday. Thanksgiving is going to be on Thursday. It's kind of going to screw up my schedule, you know? Kind of makes me mad. I don't want to take a day off. We got another, it's via midnight. Via turned off at midnight. They sent me a text, hey, it's midnight, we shut you off. Thanks, you are offline via flex mode and you've been logged out. Thanks for your work today. At least they're cool. Via's pretty legit. Via's a good way to work in the early mornings without being forced to go to the airport. So I may start doing that. Just start working in the mornings with Via, because I don't like getting pulled out to the dang freaking airport in the morning, you know? And then you get pulled out at 5:30 a.m. You go to the airport, you go to O'Hare or Midway, either one, and then you're not making it back to the city. You're just not going to make it back. Maybe you'll make it if you get pulled out at 5:30 a.m. to O'Hare or Midway. You're not going to make it back to the city until like 8 o'clock, because there's so much traffic, and it's very rare, it's infrequent that you're going to get any rides out all the way out there. So I think this coming month I'm going to do only Vias from like 6 to 9 or 6 to 10, and then spend the middle of the day walking or delivery in the middle of the day, and then at night from 5 to 9, then I'll do Uber and Lyft. Those are good ones at night. They offer some legit bonuses. I bet you it's still possible I can still get the 55 power driver bonus with Lyft, and still make 35 rides with Uber. So it's pretty dope. Pretty dope, dude. So I'm gonna find a place to urinate and celebrate. Maybe I can get some pizza now. I still got the apps on, so I gotta start this month off strong too. Get me closer to the 5K. Oh, we got an Uber. So it's an Uber Eats at Pizzeria Do. Never been there before. I wonder if they got good pizza. But I'm kind of thinking now, instead of doing these crazy only the month of October goals, because now it's a freaking Tuesday. It's a Wednesday now. Now it's 12:04 a.m. It's a Wednesday. I can't really review or anything like that. I might just do goals for the weeks from the Sabbath days. Make my own goals from this date to this date. Weekly goals and then a monthly goal ending on the Sabbath day, so that it's easier for me to record and track. So I don't have to waste time changing my goals and things in the middle of the freaking date, you know, in the middle of the day. Like I had to retrack everything earlier today just so I could see how much I needed to make today to hit it by October. Instead of, you know, doubling back and calculating and analyzing all my data in the middle of the week, detracting from actually earning income, I'll do it all on one day like I have been doing on the Sabbath day, and keep my goals like that instead of, you know, taking time out of working, detracting from the goal to calculate, do numbers, not on the Sabbath day. That's what I'm going to start doing. And then I'll have some cash money. Maybe I can get a Tesla, like that picture I took a picture of. Run out a Tesla, $400 for 12-hour shifts. That's interesting for sure. We can check it out. We got some excitement, baby. Enthusiasm. Man, I'll tell you what, these homeless people in Chicago, like, some of them are just brazenly impudent, bro. Like, demanding, almost spoiled and expectant, you know? Like, privileged or entitled, you know? This dude runs up, like, sees me across the street, runs up to me, hey, you buy me something to eat at McDonald's? Oh, and he's walking up to me, oh, yes, I'm homeless, I'm hungry, you know? And he comes up to my window, he's like, roll down the window, and I'm like, oh my gosh, man, this is crazy, dude. If I hadn't been living in the city for so long and I'd been the suburb kid, I would have sat there, talked to this dude. Oh, what's wrong? Why you need money or whatever? Now I'm just like, get out my face, bro. Don't even look at him. Don't even talk. I just smile. I smile, look at him, and drive away, okay? I've given enough homeless people enough money. I've engaged them enough. And to know that there's something not right. The Lord will look after them. It's not my responsibility. So I gotta share this story before I forget. This guy Carlos gets in the car. Before that, these two dudes that are super drunk, not super drunk, but they were like, okay, they were inebriated. They were about to get more inebriated. This dude's like, oh, you're a legend. You got the cargo. What is this? And it's free? Dude, you're a legend. God bless America. This dude, it was funny though. He took the Pringles and stuff. He gave me a $10 cash tip, which was pretty rad. And then next dude, Carlos 5.0. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll ride up to there. These two dudes get in the car. They left this one chick. They were in a Halloween, some sort of Halloween party. They get in the car. They're like, "What's up, Tom?" And I'm like, "What's up, dudes?" I responded and back with enthusiasm. They're like, all right, he's cool. He's like, man, the best lift we had today, here he is. The last guy, it was like a 50-minute ride in silence. And he starts, this one dude's all super jacked, telling me all these kinds of stories about it. See, I don't know what to do in situations like this when I don't agree with passengers, you know? If I just be straight out, bold and blatant, like, yo, what you're doing is wrong, dude. Or if I just laugh it off, which is what I did. I'm kind of more timid in that sense, instead of, you know, expressing my beliefs with these people. This dude's like, yeah, he's talking about how he's like, dude, did I tell you how I fucked my Uber driver? Like, his expression of enthusiasm of sex is pretty hysterical. But he's like, yeah, and he tells the story, whatever. And then he's like, oh yeah, and then we had sex in the pool. Ooh, with the host of the party. This kid was pretty funny. He's like, yeah, you guys were all in the pool, and then we started doing it, and you guys left real slowly. I was like, okay, I haven't heard stories like this before. This guy's pretty ridiculous. And then he's talking about how he's like, it's expensive to be having you know, planting your seeds everywhere. It's like $3,000 for an abortion, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude. What am I supposed to do in that situation? Yo, bro, abortion's wrong. You're killing kids. It's not funny. I don't know, man. kind of make it more serious moment. Again, man, again, this is why I love doing Uber and Lyft. This is, I just picked up this guy, brought him to the airport, named Shai, S-H-A-I. And he does wealth management. He's going to meet up with a former Cubs player, Zambrano. And I know I've heard that name before. I'm sure my dad would know. But he's going to meet up with him in Miami, Florida, with Zambrano and Zambrano's attorney. Because they're going to help him with his wealth. They help him deal with his wealth, handle his money. He said that Zambrano was like really in touch with God now. Him and his attorney were just traveling around, spreading the gospel, being part of the Great Commission. They just came back from India last night, and I'm like, wow, that's inspiring, man. He says that Zambrano's only got like $5 million to give to the wealth management company, but Zambrano's attorney is a billionaire. But they're both on fire for God, for Jesus Christ. He didn't say Jesus, but I kind of got that vibe. It's Jesus, baby. Jesus, the Lord, the creator of heaven and earth. But now I'm getting in traffic over here on O'Hare. But hey, man, it was inspiring. He says that his parents came here. They didn't know. They just came to America because they heard it was a better life. And then he said that he made a lot of mistakes in his 20s. He got a little smarter in his 30s, and now he's probably 40-some doing wealth management. He's been doing it for like 8 or 9 years. He was in like trading at first. So hey, and then his last parting words to me was work hard. Work hard, man. And I was like, oh yeah, I got that, baby. I didn't say that like that. I was like, oh yeah, I got that, man. But that was cool. That was definitely an interesting interaction. He said that one of his clients in Chicago. He had some money from his father, and then he invested it. He bought a bunch of fast food chains. He told me that the super wealthy are the ones that get up and work hard, and the somewhat wealthy are the lazy ones that acquired it through some means, or inherited it, or like won it or something. But the super wealthy are the ones like us. Like he said, he didn't want to be up at 4 a.m. going on an airplane, sitting coach or whatever with between two overweight people. It's the second guy I've heard that complained about somewhat apparently wealthy. That are in business suits, that are traveling for their work, complain about traveling on airplanes. Like it's not the most glamorous lifestyle. You got to sit between two overweight people, taking up all the seat, flying on an airplane, going through security. He said he does not like that at all. But it's what he's got to do, It's what we got to do. He's like, yeah, you're up here driving too at 4 a.m. So it's just what we got to do to make money, right? He didn't say that, but he said it's what we got to do. I'm like, yeah, that's what I got to do to make money. That's what I say. But the other guy but that was cool. He said that the super wealthy client that he's got, he inherited some money from his father, and he invested it. He bought a bunch of fast food chains, and he ended up selling 93 Burger Kings in Chicago to like Goldman Sachs, some bank, for a hefty sum. But he says he gets up at 5 a.m. every day. He's got a personal trainer, works out, does Pilates and stretching and all kinds of stuff like that, and works hard. And he's the super wealthy client. But the other clients that he has that are somewhat wealthy are lazy. But that was inspiring, that dude Shy. But I want to share another story of a previous Uber passenger that I had. That guy was an Uber passenger just now. A previous Uber passenger was also in a suit. He just came from New York. And he was telling me about his clients in New York that he's working with. I think he was a consultant. And his client was like a magazine manufacturer. And he was working on bringing their magazines online. Now, it's 2017. And he's like, man, you guys are, like, he's telling me, like, these guys are way behind the ball. They should have got on 2 decades ago. Now we're going to bring the magazines online. Haven't they seen year after year their sales are declining every single year, and they didn't think to change anything? They didn't realize, man, this internet thing is kind of taking off. He's kind of complaining to me. And then I asked him somehow how he got into that. He's like, oh, I don't even know how I got into this, man. He's like, how did you get into being an Uber driver? And I was like, I saw an ad online. He's like, oh, so those things work. I'll pass that along. That was definitely funny. Definitely humorous. But yeah, man, being an Uber or Lyft driver, you get to meet some really interesting people and communicate with them in ways you never would have otherwise, and have like inspiring types of interactions with these people in real life. And you know things are real. Another story that I want to share that clicked in my brain, that helped me to know what's true and real, because sometimes I watch some of these crazy YouTube videos, that share these outlandish, sometimes hard to believe statements, like a call to an uprisings channel talking about how there's elite pedophile rings and stuff like that. That's just like these wealthy people hired that do child trafficking, all this hashtag Pizzagate type of stuff, all this stuff that's just, it's so terrible, so horrible that you don't want to believe it, because it's just so horrific that it's like it can't be true that all of these politicians and all of these extraordinarily wealthy people that are out there just doing these terrible things, raping children and murdering them, like kidnapping them, and it's just like ridiculous that you don't have any personal ties to any of this, so you can't believe it's real. Or like they worship Molech or the Bohemian Grove. The politicians, they're all together, and behind the scenes they go to the Bilderberg Group and they plan these events that'll happen around the world to further their global agenda, the New World Order or whatever. Anyway, I don't know about all that, but I met this one dude who's in the bartending industry for 20 years, and some politician left their cell phone behind, and he didn't tell me all the details or specifics, but the vibe that I got was when they went through the cell phone to kind of figure out who it was and how to get it back to the person, they saw some texts that horrified him. That's what made him get out of the industry, because somehow they blackmailed somebody that knew that they saw those texts, and he had to get out because he saw those people frequently, and it was not a good situation, the information that he learned. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, being Uber, Lyft, taxi, it's amazing. I'm so grateful I have the opportunity to give these people rides around and to learn more about this life. I want to be more of an ambassador for Christ, though. I want to be more bold in the gospel of truth. My feet shod with the readiness of the gospel of peace, with the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, with the sword of the Spirit and the shield of faith. I want to be prepared. I want to be granted more boldness to speak without shame. There's no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Whether I'm a billionaire or whether I'm broke, I can still be bold for Jesus, for God, for the Holy Spirits. Thank you, Father God, for this life. Thank you for your salvation. Thanks for listening, guys.